Good evening, everyone. I hope you are very well this fine Monday evening. Welcome to the oNiD Hound LMU GT3 Festival for round 2 here at Fuji Classic. It is me, of course, the boss man, Johnny Ashley, and I am again have the privilege to welcome Mr. Ben Myatt.
It's more of punishment than privilege, isn't it? Yes, glad to be here. Looking forward to this one. We're back on the Monday nights with another night of LMU action, and it's already looking to be a spicy one from the way things have turned out last week.
Yeah, fantastic round 1 we had with some really fantastic battling right up until the death. And here we are again here at Fuji Classic, which is the preferred Fuji one without the silly chicane in the middle. And Ben, qualifying is going to be dry, but we are expecting some weather, some variable weather today at Fuji. Some of these guys might never have done weather in LMU, and it greatly differs from ACC, doesn't it?
It does. It's I think someone once described it to me as being less 3D. You don't get the any real effect from the puddles on track. It's not really simulating those, but the grip just drops on you. So if you get caught on slicks at the wrong time, it will turn your car inside out at the first opportunity.
Yeah, and of course it's going to affect temperature, it's going to affect tyre temp, the grip level, the rubber's going to wash away, you're going to have all kinds of these nuanced little things that LMU does, and it's going to be a real challenge for some of these guys who especially are new to LMU and might not have experienced it before. But tonight we are looking to have some fantastic racing. Last week was awesome. We had a really good time. We enjoyed commentating on it, and we'll have to see. We've had a few races this week on LMU. The uptake for our season 3 has been incredible. And these guys have really took to LMU. We had a fantastic race in the 100 series last night, and here we are again for round 2 of the GT3 festival. So we'll have a look. We'll see what's going on. Ben, we saw 136s, mid 136s in the practice server. Downing's already put in a 37 flat. Obviously, it is going to be a dry session. Do you think we can get kind of really low 36s, maybe a 35?
I think there's drivers out there who are capable of a 35. It is going to be a push to do it. Alfie Bevanol gets into the 136s there. There's some fast people out there. I think we know some guys who are very good on hot laps as well. So I think guys like Athel Baskar, Aidan Carter, they could all get in those good times that will push them right up to the front. And being a sprint race, pole position is important. You need to be as close to the front as you can get to maximise your chance of moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. And one of these people we're on board with now is Aidan Carter, who is quick enough to certainly get down into the 35s. And let's go and have a look at a lap. We'll go NASCAR style, and we won't say much. We'll just let the engine do its thing, and we'll follow him around for a lap of Fuji Classic. There we go, Ben. What a lap.
That wasn't really, you could see Aiden fighting the car then.
Yeah.
Lots of steering movements as that Corvette tried to step out on him.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. We'll have a look at Anton Temenga because he is up at 2 purple sectors at the minute. He's going to cross the line in that Mustang, and I think this might be good enough for pole position. It's not. It's 2 tenths off. It's second at the minute for Anton Temenga. Had a very good week last week. Had some real pace. Didn't really show it in the race in the end. Got a few bumps and scrapes, but since coming back to oNiD, he's been fairly quick.
He has indeed, and he seems to be really settling into this to LMU as a sim. So it's good to see people coming back and getting in on the new game that we're pushing here. But yeah, very much on the pace, and that's to be within 2 tenths of the top there. And there's a half-second gap back to third,
Yeah,
so it's not. So it's very tight.
he's gone just over a tenth and a half quicker than in that first sector. You can see he's lighting up purples as he makes his way down to what is a very tricky. That's where the chicane would usually be. It's actually quite tricky. It's quite quick. You have to carry a lot of speed, eat a lot of curb as he comes down then to the very tricky final sector. So he's just down in that middle sector, but this sector's. I know everyone moans about this sector at Fuji. I personally think it's amazing because you can do
I quite like.
so many different lines to overtake someone in
Yeah,
these corners.
absolutely. It's a great little overtaking spot through those last couple of corners. If you can really cut back underneath someone, you get such a good launch onto this straight.
So let's see then as he comes down the pit straight, looking to challenge Alfie Bevan for pole position. He will cross the line, and it does. It is pole position, just under a tenth quicker than Alfie Bevan. So Anton Temenga is your provisional pole sitter.
Oh, indeed. Still 5 minutes ish on the clock. Weirdly, I don't have a timer, which is not fantastic.
You don't have a
But
timer.
no,
Woohoo!
it doesn't. My replay, I don't have a session timer, so it's going really well for me.
There's 5.5 minutes left, mate. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Let's have a quick
Yeah,
say hello to people in chat. We've got Stevie Bain was here. He said he was first. Then Sam Grant said he was banned. Tyler Shanks, who was with us at last night, raced with us for the first time. Thank you very much. General Scrub, we're going to ignore you because no one cares about football in Holland. It's better in Belgium. Anyway,
so I live in Liverpool. I couldn't give the tiniest about it at the moment.
Matt Holman says, "Good evening, you beautiful stream team." I'm not sure about that. Probably a bit. What were the two bald fellas out of Alice in Wonderland?
Oh God, was it Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
That's it.
That's about right. That's definitely right.
So yeah, that's us. We've got Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But we are on board with Petty Elenek, who is I think he used the Aston Martin last night, but he's chose the Ferrari for this series, given all the cars a go. And we were talking just before the stream come on about it's very easy to get settled into one car. It
Yeah,
actually takes a lot for you to then go outside of your comfort zone and learn something different. And I personally think if you can drive one GT3, I think you can drive them all. If you get the style right, you'll be able to manage all of them.
yeah. There's definitely skills that can go across all the cars. I mean, I've pretty much settled into the Aston on everything we've done so far. I was originally, when I was going to race in this, I was going to do the Porsche just to see just how much chaos I could cause, but I realised my knees wouldn't take it and came in to do commentary instead. So it's yeah, all the cars feel really good on this sim, so it's easy to adapt yourself to them. But there's definitely ones you end up liking more than others. They've all got their individual quirks. Like this Ferrari, I found them very snappy. So it's I don't know whether that's just a general thing, but it's a really good looking car, and it's a lot of people seem to have a lot of love for it.
Yeah, and there was one good thing that, there is a good choice of cars for an early access sim. There is a very good choice of cars in GT3, and as Scrub did mention, they have said June the 10th there will be 2 new GT3s coming as well. One being the Lexus, and the second one being the Lamborghini GT3 Evo 2. So 2 nice GT3s there. I'm sure we're going to get lots more updates from the guys as well. but yeah, it's been a really good sim so far, and we've seen for nearly every stream we've done this season already. We've seen some really, really close racing. So it'll be good to see that again tonight. Dan Tomlinson is on his outlap. Temenga still leads the way from Alfie Bevan by just less than a tenth, with Aiden Carter nearly half a second back. And I was talking to Dave Wood in the week, and he's saying he's really struggling with GT3 racing since moving over from ACC. And I think that's kind of a problem with a lot of people that have done GT3s in ACC. They are massively different.
Yeah, you get used to it feeling a certain way, and then when you try and replicate that for LMU, it just doesn't seem the same feel to it. A lot of the guys we're seeing going for people who were never really ACC guys. So we're seeing Alfie Bevan's been at the front end of just about every championship we've done on LMU so far. He never got on with ACC.
No.
Just couldn't get the feel for it. But it was such a long-standing sim. Everyone had been racing it for so long that it ingrained ways of doing things into you. So it's a lot of habits people are needing to break now they're moving on to LMU.
Yeah, and I think we will see more people come to LMU as well as the update comes on June the 10th, which will be really good to see. But we'll follow Dan Tomlinson, see if he can make inroads into that top 5. Just been dumped down to 9th, with Jelinek going to 8th. Blunkfist going up into 5th as well, and he's massively down on the first sector, so I don't think he's going to do make too much of an improvement this time around. But we'll stay with him, see how he's going. And in the McLaren, you would. We said this last week, didn't we? Lots of McLarens. We thought we'd see lots of McLarens on lots of Mustangs because they were free DLC. People are like, yeah, we like this game. We're going to pay for the DLC and have a good choice of stuff, which is great to see.
Absolutely, and it's worth getting. Though I was a cynic until I gave it a try because I've never been good at this kind of car. I've never really been into GT3s, LMP cars. They've never been my style of driving, but I was able to settle into this, and it just feels good to drive.
It does indeed. Dan Tomlinson, then, is he going to make an improvement? He's about to go off over the line. Not this time around. He'll have to settle for currently 10th. He has got another lap in him, though, so he's got another chance to go round. Andy Hearn having a really good run up to 11th, finally getting that Mustang dialed in. He's going to cross the line. Will he go any quicker? He does go quicker, but not enough to move him up a position. So good stuff from Andy. Andy's been asking me all kinds of questions on the Mustang in the last couple of weeks to try and tame the beast, but he's done really well there. It's a great effort. Dave Wood's still on a lap. Dave Wood actually has gone the quickest in the first sector. So he, again, is in that Ferrari, but he's half a second down in that middle sector, all over the curbs. I can't imagine that's going to help that low down Ferrari. Mustang, yeah, you could do that, but
it's the Ferrari and the McLaren are not cars that like curb from experience.
They're very much not. We have got some people still on laps then. So Dave Wood will follow him across the line, and I think there's 3 cars behind him. There's a few just going over the line now. Scotty's moved up to 7th position. Let's see where Dave finishes up. Dave is going to go... Doesn't improve.
Ben Brown's about to take a leap up the board there.
Yeah, Ben's just moved up to 18th in that Mustang. Another one that's, Johnny, have you got any setups?
You are the Mustang whisperer.
So I suppose, yeah. Okay, we'll go with that.
Guarantee that as soon as the Lexus is launched, Ben is going to be the first person asking to change car.
Yes. Right, starting order then. Temenga, Bevan, 1-2. Great effort from Temenga to get pole position. Aiden Carter then, Chris Downing are on your road 2. Aiden Carter putting that Corvette in 3rd. Then 5th and 6th is Blunkfist and Axon. Axon had a good round last week, so we're looking to continue that momentum. Row 4, Angela Scotti and Petter Jelinek. Really good effort from Petter, considering this is a new sim for him. Row 5, Dave Wood and Andrea Malvoni, another man in the top 10 in the Corvette. Cracking effort. Then we got 2 McLarens, 11th and 12th in Townsend and Tomlinson. Row 7, Andy Hearn, good effort from him, 13th. Matthias Fusgen had a really good race last night, got on the podium in 14th. Frana Doric in 15th with Atul Baskar in 16th. Probably quite low down for Baskar, not greatest qualifying from him. Zach Silver, Ben Brown, again 18th for Ben. He'll be looking to improve in the race. Daniel Benz 19th, Charlie Morgan down in 20th on row 10. And then on row 11, we've got Tyler Hammer in the Porsche, lunatic, and Frank Vivek, who's done a really good effort.
I feel kind of guilty about Tyler Hammer being in the Porsche because he only did it because I did.
Tom Toseland and Tim Bob, row 12, with Olaf Bidet and Jarrett Page, row 13. Nice to see Tom Toseland on the grid, by the way. Good effort from him. Row 14, we've got John Cotty in the BMW and Toby Eddy in 28th. And then on row 15, we have the hero of oNiD himself, Dean Smith.
Absolutely. Turns up to literally everything, and we love seeing him every week.
We do. We very much do. We very much do. So here's people getting onto the grid. So we'll get these guys all getting ready.
Yeah, big old grid of GT3 cars.
Yep. Lots. So they've got about a minute and a half or so. Well, they've got about 30 seconds left to get themselves on the grid. Temenga and Bevan will lead us away here at Fuji. But that second row looking a bit tasty in Carter and Downing as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a good little fight straight away into the first couple of corners, I suspect.
Let's not have what we had last night in the 100 series where they decided to go 5 wide into turn 1 at Algarve. That was frightening. I was literally behind them, hugging the white line. Like, if they all crash, I can go around the outside of them. It'll be fine.
It was very ambitious. I think both classes decided to do 5 wide down into the first.
They did, and it was absolutely mental.
Alfie has not gotten away.
Yeah, I don't know.
There he goes.
Yeah, we've seen Temenga, so Temenga is on the board. Alfie Bevan, is he there? Oh, there he is. There he is.
He has to come back through.
And obviously in ACC that was absolutely fine. You could just yeet it through the cars. Ghosting was on, but there is no ghosting. So Alfie had to do that very carefully as they head down then, waiting for the green light of round 2. And away we go, and Alfie, I reckon, has got an absolutely stunning start.
He has indeed. And he's already pulling across the front of Temenga, defending down into turn 1.
And we've got Aidan Carter as well going up the inside of Temenga as well. So they're going to go nearly 3 wide behind. Carter then is right behind Alfie as they come out of turn 1. Then it will be Alfie Bevan, Aidan Carter, but that's not over. Aidan Carter still battling with Anton Temenga as they come down into turn 3. Alfie and Temenga have got through, but Alfie with a fantastic start.
Absolutely. Just really got the launch from the start there, considering that he had to retake P2 from a load of cars who'd passed him on the rolling start.
Absolutely fantastic. Great start from Alfie. Aidan then stays in 3rd with Downing as well in 4th. So apart from Temenga and Bevan swapping places, we're kind of as you were in the top 5. Scotty has moved up, and Alfie, he's looking to scamper away already. And I haven't actually seen if there's been...
Oh, there's someone off in a big way.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know who that was. I think that might be Dave Wood.
That's Dave Wood.
It is, yeah. There you see Dave Wood off the track. Yeah, not doing very good. He dropped all the way down to 26. I wonder if he's got much damage on that car, and will we see him have to pit, try and limp it round and see? Oh yeah, he's really struggling. You can see. Yeah. I think that's I reckon if we went on board with that, I reckon that steering wheel is all over the place.
Yeah, he's keeping right. He's lost the engine. Or has he?
No, I think he's got the engine, but look at that.
Yeah, he's not got any suspension.
That is a very broken car, and that will mean that David Wood has to come in the pits, and that'll be a lengthy pit stop as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a couple of minutes at least to get that repaired.
Yes,
to steer almost hard lock left to get the car going straight.
Yeah, you see, he will go in. So we'll keep an eye on that, see how long he actually has to go in and pit for. This battle's not over, though. Downing and Carter really going at it. You can see that gap calming down. The BMW has great power. I found that last night. Has really good power in a straight line. And he was going to look, he's not going to get it done through this fast right-hand corner. Very sketchy to do there, but if he can get close enough, we were talking about it earlier, Ben, this last sector, he could stick a nose at the inside and actually, as you see, Aiden have a little wobble there. If he gets close enough, there is every opportunity in this last sector.
Yep, that Corvette is a handful, and the BMW is definitely going to be more composed through the corners. And he's already looking for the cutback out of the corner to get the power down, get right up on the back of Aiden down to turn one.
I've just seen another instant. Atobascar is all over the place, and I don't know whether I've got this on replay. I think we might have. Oh, no, this is Zach Silver going round. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a different one. That was Zach Silver. That's really unlucky from Zach. He did a really good job to try and save that. And it got the good old snap on him.
Oof. Oh, that's...
And then here comes Bascar, I think, behind him. No, I think we're okay. So let's jump back live, and you can see he's still going though. Is Atul Bascar? He is down in 27th. You can see him just crossing the line. Let's go back up the front because Temenga is all over the back of Alfie Bevan.
Dave Woods is out of the pits, but I don't think his mechanics have done much of a good job of repairing because his car's off in the grass again.
Well, he was only actually stopped for 46 seconds. There is no fast repair.
No, that's not looking happy at all.
Let's go and have a look. Where is he? Oh no, it's still a very broken car, isn't it, for him?
Yeah.
Oh yes, he didn't fix his damage.
He forgot.
Silly, silly boy.
Did he hit backspace? He might have done.
Yeah.
It
doesn't look happy.
They've only repaired bodywork, Matt's saying in the chat.
Oh, classy. No. Yeah, well done.
Oh, no.
Frona Dorich having a really good battle here with Andy Hurd for 13. They have been chopping and changing positions the last few corners. And Andy looking strong up in 13th. And Dorich has actually gained 1 position from where he started. So good effort from him. The gap at the front is still only 0.3 of a second. And Temenga is not letting Alfie go. And I found this last night. I was up against Christian Kaisig, who we know from many, many ACC streams is rapid in a GT3.
Yeah.
And what I have found is certainly you can keep on pace better with the leaders now. There's not that runaway mentality.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's the mentality of drivers being wary of fuel, tyres, so there's not that floor it, go as quick as I can for 50 laps and win by a minute mentality. I wonder if there's a bit more of a, right, I've got to preserve these tyres, I've got to preserve my fuel, and it actually brings the racing closer together.
It may well do. Temenga is crawling all over the back of Alfie, looks to the outside.
Alfie got a really bad run. I don't know if he caught the curb there. And Temenga's going to look around the outside of the last corner. It would be a hell of a move if he got that done. A little bit of contact. And that's going to bring Aiden into play as well. But it's Mustang on Mustang. They're both rapid in a straight line. Is Temenga going to be close enough to have a go into that very, very tight hairpin turn 1?
Oh, dear me, Alfie going full touring car in defence there. Definite door bangs on the go there.
As we can see, Temenga then round the outside. It's going to be a brave man to get it. He might go for the undercut. Alfie defends really nicely. Parked it on the apex and lives to fight another day. But he has brought Aiden Carter right into the pack as well. And Aiden's
Downing as well, right behind them. This is a 4-way fight for the lead.
It is, and these 4 have romped away as well. Nearly 4 seconds away from from Elvin Blunkvist, who down in 5th. So, and Temenga's giving him the flash. Oh, well, that's a penalty. I'm saying it's a penalty in his view. The boss is senior Temenga. You're getting a penalty for that unnecessary flash.
On principle.
But yeah, these four. This is what it was like last week. These four going at it, lap after lap.
Yeah, it wasn't until after the pit stops we saw them really starting to separate in a long way. And then I think it was down to knowledge of how the pit stops work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think these guys are going to let up. Mind you, they're starting to build a tiny gap between themselves and Aiden Carter. Just the slightest of margins, where he's having to drive into a little bit more space.
It's the power of the Mustang on the straight. That's what it is. Absolutely. But if he can get into the full gaping hole of air that's going to be punched by these two Mustangs, he should be able to. Well, I say that as they just disappear down the straight. So
driving away.
Is Temenga going to have a look on the inside? Don't move, Alfie. That would have been a bit naughty, but he's not going to. He's going to have a push. Oh, and yeah, they both go off. And is that give? And Aiden Carter's in the lead.
Carter says thank you very much and jumps through in the Corvette.
Yeah, absolutely. Alfie's not going to be happy with that. Been bundled down to 4th. It was a touring car move, so to speak. He was half off the track. Alfie was given no quarter. And, yeah, well, you don't mess with... Alfie will be back, and he will be grumpy.
Yeah, none asked, none given there, I think. But these guys all of them are just fighting on. Aiden Carty's going to look in his mirror and think he's been chased by a row of houses there. The biggest cars on the grid, all 3 of them behind him. Yeah,
one thing we know about Aiden, he's good at leading races, good at managing races. But look at Downing. Downing's not giving up on this as well. He's like, hey, Aiden got through to 1st. I want 2nd. He's going to have a go at Temenga as well. So this is going to get really, really interesting. Although you see Alfie have a go at the inside, bit of a door bang. That's textbook touring cars from Alfie, that is. Stick it in the corner and away we go. He's going to try the switchback, I think, and try and get a better run on the BMW. And I think we have got a yellow flag out. I'm just trying to see. Dave Wood, yellow flag again. I think not having the greatest time is Dave Wood. But look at this Mustang power versus the BMW. Both have really good straight line speed, but I think that Mustang is just going to have enough to have a look at the inside. Downing couldn't move across to cover him. Alfie on the brakes. Is he going to be braver? Good bit of racing. Downing gives him room. And Downing's going to hold the position because he's definitely going to have the inside for turn 3 as well. So, good bit of racing from them two guys. Really interesting. But that big looming Mustang behind you must be frightening.
That would be terrifying, isn't it? Being chased by an entire street. This long right-hander. There is an overtaking opportunity at the end of it, but it's weird to see the different lines people are taking through these corners, trying to find ways past. Temenga is right on the back of Aiden now.
Yeah, I was just having a look at that. It's gone this is the nose cam of Anton Temenga. You see that gap is very, very close. And if he can get close enough, I don't know whether he'll have a go here, but if he can get close enough to get down the straight and get past him into turn 1, that's what he'll do. But tricky corner this one. You have to take as much curb as possible. Can't get the power too early or it wiggles like you've just seen Aiden Carter. And Temenga's had a go at the inside. Is that going to be the one? Side by side. This will be the pass to the lead because I'm expecting that Mustang to disappear any second.
Say that, I think he compromised exit. Aiden gets back in and sweeps across to the inside line. But that top end of the Mustang's just bringing Temenga back in.
Yeah. Aiden's made the move defensively, stays to the inside, and he's going to defend nicely from Temenga. Bit of touch in there, bit of a door bang, but all safely through. And Alfie, if you're Alfie, do you just sit here and wait for them all to trip over each other? No, look.
Alfie, not very much.
No is the question, because he's just absolutely mugged off Chris Downing.
Going to go right round the outside of the horseshoe to that braking zone.
And as we thought, I think, we did mention it earlier, I think it's beginning to rain. You can see the spots on the windshield of Alfie's Mustang as he is looking to hold off from Downing. Downing's going to have a look up the inside and get it done nicely. All the crossing of the hands, everything there. And Alfie's, oh dear, that was
ambitious.
That was a bit silly from Alfie, if we are being
Yeah.
honest. And oh no, hold your brakes, Alfie, for Christ's sake!
That was a rejoin.
That was and yeah. Alfie's obviously feeling a little bit aggrieved, you might say, as he tucks back in to 8th position. And Temenga is still having a go. But yeah, the as we were mentioning, Ben, it is starting to rain. Not 15 minutes into the race, and we have rain.
Yep, and the rain light already on the back of the Ferrari. Now, is anyone going to dive early for the wet tyres? It's surely not going to be ready for them yet. But it's going to take a couple of laps of fairly solid rain for it to settle into needing those wet tyres.
Yes, and I just want to clear something up. Jimbo Mansi, look, you haven't been here for years. I haven't had my dirty paws on this series, so it wasn't me that chose rain this evening, so you can take that back. I can't promise that every race I do is not going to rain, but yes.
I mean, he's not wrong, to be fair. Is he?
All right, thank you. You're supposed to be on my side.
The truth will out on it. Oh, that's a big old move there.
I have brainwashed everyone to make rain sessions. It's because they're more fun. That's what it is. But Temenga's going to have a look around the outside against Aiden. That's an interesting choice and might make it work. He's going to now have the inside for the second to last corner and has got that move done. What a great pass.
Yeah, the Mustang rotated and able into that second to last sweeper. That's a great move.
It was a brave move. When he looked to go around the outside, I was like, that might be interesting, especially in these conditions, but Temenga's got it working.
It's getting heavier. You can see the rain is starting to come in more and more on that.
We have
those windscreens.
A yellow flag. Matthias Fusgen is off, and I don't know where. He's back. Yeah, he's back going now. I think he lost it at the last corner. Let's see if I can get a replay of that. I think we can. Was it the rain that caught him out? Or did he get sent? Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
I'll just wait for it to come back up on my repeat there.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a door bang that sent Fusgen round. That's really unfortunate for Matthias Fusgen. But people have started pitting, interestingly enough.
Yeah. Well, you can see the rain clearly from the third-person cameras now. It's definitely coming down. And that's going to be making these guys who are staying out on slicks have an interesting time of it.
Yeah. It's kind of that area, isn't it? Like, I'm going to pit. Do I top up the VE? I think I probably can do 48 minutes on a tank.
Yeah.
Is there any more? Is it going to get heavier? Is it going to stop? As we see, I think that's Malvone was absolutely spinning off. Has managed to keep it out of the wall, I think. But yeah, it's obviously getting treacherous out there, and the dry tyres are not working as good as people would hoped. And let's have a look actually on the. You can see, it's coming down a lot heavier now. And that's...
Temenga and Aiden Carter have stayed out, though. They are carrying on slicks.
That is an interesting decision, I must admit. We have got Zach Silver, I think, has requested to come into the pit, so this will be... I would think you'll see Zach pulling over, and the car in front of him as well. All coming into the pits, and here they come. So there is people choosing, thinking, no, I've had enough. Ben Brown in the pits as well. You just see pulling in Alfie Bevan is there as well. Be careful there, Ben. That was a bit close to Alfie. Remember pit collisions, as there's a bit of a fight going on with a few more of them. I think it was Malvone having a bit of a battle there with Zach Silver. All fighting in the pit lane. Come on, guys. What's going on? But
just give it a bit of time. They'll even point you the right direction to put you out. Watching Aiden and Anton, they are all over the place. They are falling off the track.
Yeah,
trying to keep it going.
We've just caught Temenga. Yeah, absolutely just caught Temenga having a big moment. And yeah, he's getting treacherous now. You see, don't stay off them curbs, Anton. They're not worth it in the wet. Absolutely not worth it. Aiden, oh, well held, sir.
Both of them synchronised drifting here. It's yeah, I think you might have to bite the bullet and go over your pit stop here, lads. Just to or will they? I don't think Anton is.
Anton isn't. Aiden definitely is. Aiden's like, no, I've had enough of those tyres. I am coming in. Jelinek has had a spin. I've just caught the... Yeah, he's had a spin and he's into the wall. Let's see if we can catch a replay of that. That's unfortunate for Petty Jelinek. Don't think he's actually stopped yet. He hasn't. And is this... Oh, yeah, you can see... Oh, good. Thanks, Signs. You've done well there. Well, nice 180 to get it back round the right way, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see Petter does come into the pits as well. Axon has stayed out, I believe. He has stayed out. Temenga has stayed out, but I think pretty much everyone else is now pitting or has pitted. So, yeah, everyone is pitted apart from Scotty and Blunkvist, who are in the pits now, and Temenga and Axon. So, interesting to see, will that lap from Temenga and Axon, these extra laps, be a problem? Will it ruin their race? Did you want to...
I wouldn't be surprised. They are tiptoeing it around, and Anton's sliding off track every time he tries to get through the corner. The car's just not turning for him anymore.
No, looking at Axon struggling, Temenga as well. You can see that wiper's on full blast. The car is getting more wet as we go along. And like you said, it's going to cost him. I think he should have gone in when Aiden went in. So, especially if you wanted to have a chance at keeping the lead of this race, I think Aiden's probably going to have a big advantage. And like Matt Hellman said, undercut for Carter, I think you're going to see quite a big undercut coming.
We'll have the undercut for Carter. You know who else seems to have played an undercut very well? Considering he will drop down to 8th. Alfie Bevan's back up to P3. He's done his pit.
So, and he's come out in front of Aiden Carter as well.
Yeah.
So...
I think both of them have done for themselves with that extra lap they took. Oh, Anton's just hit the back of Frame Doric in the pits.
Oh, no. Oh, well, add some damage. Axon is coming in as well. But like you said, Alfie is leading the way. He has stopped. Hello. He stopped for 15 seconds, which was quicker than anyone else. A lot quicker than anyone else. So unless he hasn't taken any fuel and just took tyres. Because it's 4 seconds a tyre, isn't it? Roughly 3 seconds a tyre.
Yeah, well, 5 seconds for 2 tyres. So 10 seconds is enough to change the tyres. It's whether or not he's taking the fuel.
We will have to wait and see. My insider is going to have a look at the VE situation, aren't you, Ben?
I'm trying to see it now. I'm trying to spot it on the Corvette's dashboard, because that is a difficult-looking dashboard.
We've also had reports from Matt Wilmot. He said someone in chat said they forgot to fuel. I think it was Alfie and maybe Temenga as well. So let's see. Temenga's stop was 21 seconds. Alfie's was 15. Everyone else's has been around the 30-second mark. So it'd be certainly one to look out for, because Alfie's got a 7-second lead from Aiden Carter. But obviously, if he can't make the fuel go the next 43 minutes, then he's going to have to come in again.
Yeah, Aiden Carter's filled up the virtual energy. Alfie and Anton are only on 60% VE. They've not got enough to make it to the end of the race.
They definitely haven't got enough to the end of the race. So, great position. Chris Downing then has just got past, I noticed, Temenga quite convincingly. So, Temenga and Bevan are going to have to go and pit again. And this means it's advantage Aiden Carter.
It absolutely is, yeah.
Oh, was that Scotty? No, I think it might have been Elvin. Had a bit of a moment there in the background.
There's a lot of moments going on.
There's a
coming
lot
out of that last
of
corner.
moments. Biggest winner, I would say, Ben Brown. Ben Brown was qualified 18th, I think, if I remember rightly. He's made up 11 spots.
And the setup she gave him, isn't it?
Yeah. The Mustang Whisperer.
I don't think he's done yet. He's right on the back of Elvin Blomqvist there.
Ben loves wet racing, we know this. As you can see how visibly wet it is now. That spray is going to be horrendous. Let's go on board, actually, and see how bad that spray is. Ouch.
You're losing entire visibility of cars in that.
Yeah, I would not want to be directly behind that train of cars, if I'm honest, because you are not going to see your braking points. You're not going to barely see the back of the car in front of you. As I think there's an Aston Martin going off in front of him as well. That might be Elvin, actually.
That's Vevik getting out of the way.
Oh, was it Frank Vevik getting out of the way? Good lad, Frank. Frank the Tank. But this is the back of this train. The front of this train is Scotty, who is actually battling with Downing for third position. That is a really good effort from Scotty, and if they can move up into third, that would be a really, really good turn of events, especially with Alfie is going to have to pit again. We've got a yellow flag, and I think it is Alfie. It is! Alfie has had an issue.
Yep, that's
Let's see
and that's
if we can.
Not well-looking Mustang.
Let's see if we can see what happened on the replay here. Alfie then comes into the last corner. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was a big hit for Alfie, and that is going to be a very, very, very broken Mustang that goes into the pits. I'm not surprised. Apparently, he looked at his phone. According to our Discord VC reporter, he looked at his phone.
Alfie, you absolute muppet. At least he can get the fuel in the car now. Good grief.
Yeah, Scotty and Downing still going at it for that second position. Which is now, this is the top three. Take Temenga out of it. Temenga's going to have to pit again. Top four, Carter, Downing, Scotty, and Ben Brown, who's moved his way up into fifth. Incredible. So that's going to be a net fourth for Ben, if they've got enough to get to the end. We've had a couple of DNFs, Daniel Benz and Matt Townsend, unfortunately, that have had to DNF this evening. Dave Wood, 4 laps down, still going. Let's go have a look while these two. We'll stay on board just for a moment as Scotty sends it up the inside of Chris Downing and back up into second. Oh, a little touch of the brakes. Downing's all over the lights.
A lot of flashy lighting going on this evening, isn't there?
Lots of angry GT3 drivers.
I'll tell you, it won't be angry. Aiden Carter is 6+ seconds to the good and driving away at the moment.
Yeah, will absolutely be over the moon. 7.1 seconds to the good from our very own Angela Scotty, Chris Downing, Anton Temenga, Ben Brown, Blomqvist, Morgan, Charlie Morgan up to 7th in the Aston Martin. That's a really good effort. Zach Silver in 8th, Tyler Hammond 9th, and Andrea Malvoni in 10th. That is your top 10. Let's go. Shall we go and have a look and give some time to the people lower down the field? Who do you want to see, Ben?
Let's have a look around. Okay. Just trying to find someone who's in close range of someone else. Tell you what, there's a good little fight down in P17. Petr Jelinek and Tim Bob right in with each other.
Yeah.
McLaren versus Ferrari.
Absolutely. Look, is that McLaren getting out of the way, or is that Tim Bob? So Petter is just...
Well, that was for position. Doric is up ahead of them in the other McLaren.
Yeah, and that's not for position, is it? So
No, they're side by side down towards turn 1.
if you're afraid of Doric here, you're like, oh, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Go straight. Just go straight. But Yellowneck and Tim Bob, like you said, it's great to see Tim Bob he loves this game, has been doing really, really well since coming onto this game, and I think if he sticks with it, it will just get better and better.
Absolutely. He's just really found a turn of pace on this sim, and he's loving just playing with this GT3 cars. So after years of avoiding them like the plague, he's finally decided to go in for top tier sports car racing.
Absolutely. Fair play to him as well. He has been passed by Petr Jelinek, and Petr is just going to drive away from Tim. But Tim's in 17th, solid effort. I just want to point out another solid effort from our very own Sunday commentator, Mr. Tom Toseland, in the Corvette. And he's up in 15th and chasing down Attelbaska,
who is another fast driver we normally see up at the top end, had early issues. Maybe not liking the wet weather as much. They do not seem to be holding on as well in these conditions.
No, Temenga, having real issues, has been passed by Ben Brown and is now about to be passed by Elvin Blomqvist as they go side by side. He's managed to fend him off this time around, but Ben Brown moved up into 4th. And that's a really good effort in that Mustang. I'm taking all the credit for this, by the way. Having a really good race. Loves his wet racing. He's been strong in the wet, and he's really pushing forward. He's gaining pace. I don't know if he's got enough pace to catch the 10 seconds up to Aiden Carter, but I'm sure he's got the pace to be able to catch Scotty, I would think. Jarrett Page on a yellow flag. Has not had the greatest race, but is still doing well, up in 19th. Really good for Jarrett. Why is it always the people that not struggle, but take more time than others to get to grips with a game, always pick mid-engined, rear drive? Pick the Mustang, pick the Aston, pick the BMW, and just enjoy yourself.
The nice, stable cars. You'll adapt. They are so much more forgiving. But at the same time, I suppose it's when you try them and you try those front-engine cars and they don't turn quite as well as you expect them to. So you go, right, I'll try the Ferrari, and it is more nimble when you first try, but it's so much less forgiving. It will make you pay any time you take a bit too much steering on it.
I said he was coming, didn't I? Ben Brown is now caught up with Downing. Downing's got a little bit deep. Ben's going to have the undercut, and he's going to pass him for 3rd position. What is it about Ben and wet racing? Absolutely flying.
He does love this stuff, and we normally see him when he's having a rough couple of races. He's not doing too badly on this one. He's pushing onwards, and is now chasing after Scotty at a rate of knots.
Yeah, that'll be the battle to look out for. 2.8 seconds between them now. If Ben can get anywhere near Scotty, then this will be a battle. I don't think they've got it to get to Aiden unless Aiden has an issue, but certainly this battle for second is going to heat up in a few laps' time, and we'll keep a very close eye on it. We'll go further down. Dan Tomlinson hardly had a mention today, in a battle now with Tyler Hammer, and he's about to send it on Tyler Hammer, and has sent it on Tyler Hammer, and has got the move done. Well done, Dan.
But also has Alan Axon right up the back of him. Yeah, tell you what, I feel for Tyler, because I would not want to be driving that Porsche in this weather.
Yeah, he's an absolute nutter. He was
not an easy car.
He's chosen something different as well for the Sundays. I think he's racing in the vet on a Sunday. It's like, what are you doing? But these are the 3 wide. Tyler's gone back at Dan. Not had the best drive out of there. Axon's looking at it, and Tyler slammed the door on Axon. I said, not today. Dan's all over the curb, and he's got a bit sideways. Tyler's kept nice. looked nicely there, but Dan's managed to somehow make it work. Axon at the inside then of Tyler Hammer, and his move done as long as he keeps the car underneath him, which he does. So Tyler, in a matter of a few corners, has lost 2 positions, and Axon's looking to move forward up into 9th position. But I don't think Tyler in that Porsche is quite done.
No, he is definitely pushing back at Alan Axon. He's not got the room to switch in right behind him, but he's on the outside and will have the better braking line into the corner.
As you can see, Dan goes very deep. Axon's going to look to go up the inside. That might compromise Axon enough for Tyler to have a look. Doesn't this time around. All 3 of them absolutely battling not only the conditions, but each other and the curbs. I couldn't imagine the Porsche is nice in the curbs. Or the curbs is nice in the Porsche, even.
It's not going to be the most curb-happy car, that one.
No.
It's not one you can sling over every available surface. It's very temperamental, especially as the weight comes off. And you really feel it in LMU. I don't know how it was in ACC, but you really feel the fuel coming off the front of the car. And those front tyres lightening up.
Aidan in chat has just Aidan Howard in chat has just described his sex life. Anyway, Aidan, good to see you. Yes, it is raining very heavily now. I hope you're well. It's good to see you. Axon really not giving up on this battle with Dan Tomlinson, and they are going. Dan did. Do you know what? Dan did what I usually do there, and he's just stick it in the middle. You're not even on the racing line. Just put it in the middle of the track, and it's up to the car behind you to, do I dive on the inside? Do I go around the outside? I don't know what to do. And by the time they've made that decision, you're already there. So good bit of defending.
Absolutely. And he's managed to get that good launch off the corner and is pulling away from Axon now. Not going to deny him that opportunity into the braking zone. So just an update on one of our previous leaders. Alfie Bevan has left the pits and is down in P26. That was a long old repair for him.
He is 2 laps down, is Alfie Bevan. He was stopped for 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Ouch.
That is agony.
Frana Doric in a battle here with Frank the Tank Vivek up ahead of him. And you can see, well, people said about puddles. I see puddles. I don't think they actually do anything though, do they? But we do see puddles on the track, which is a nice little touch. A touch of realism.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that at some point they're going to do something in the code that makes those puddles 3D. And if I was the devs, I wouldn't tell anyone I'd done it either.
That's because you are evil.
Have it happen.
I have trained you well, sir. As you can see, Frank Doric then is going to get past Frank the Tank nice and easy. I think Frank gave him that as well. It was like, you're quicker than me. I'll let you dash on. You are not my race. Axon still having a go at Dan Tomlinson. Dan doing a fantastic job of defending. But, oh, look at all that oversteer. That back end got squirrely. And, yeah.
Oh, it might have worked out for him there, though. He's very close, and that's let him have a look at the inside on the exit of the corner. He's picked up the slipstream. Thompson's not getting away.
But he's not gaining on Tomlinson either.
No.
So even in the slipstream, the McLaren is strong. You can see Axon's going to go for that very, 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 very tight first. Apex to try and get up the inside of Dan Tomlinson or get a better drive out. Hasn't worked this time around, and that battle will have to go another lap or two. Just above though, just ahead of them, Morgan having a battle with our previous race leader Anton Tebenga. Charlie Morgan up in 8th position, having a really, really strong race.
Yep, and we say a battle. I think he might be about to get the move done.
Around the outside of that tricky right-hander. Temenga's going to grab the inside, but Charlie's not giving it up. And actually, Charlie's done fantastically well. just did enough to nose in front. Temenga is going to have a little dive because he's got the hump on. Flash of the lights. That's another penalty for you, Temenga. That's twice I've seen you do it. And yeah, they're still battling. Charlie's not giving up. Fair play, Charlie Morgan. Absolutely fair play. Door to door. Wasn't going to give that position up. It was 50-50 for me. They've both battled really strongly. And Charlie's come out on top. Fair play.
Absolutely. What was good for one was good for the other. And if Temenga's happy to door bang, Charlie's perfectly willing to do it as well. So what? Some we didn't see creep up to the top end here as well. Zach Silver. He's up in P6.
Absolutely cracking effort from Zach as well. Was involved in a lengthy race with Zach. I actually heard Zach talk the other day.
Good God.
And it was really strong in hypercars in the event we did. And he's taken to LMU, which is great. And it's good to see his internet's holding up tonight because poor old Zach has the worst luck. Temenga is round. Wonder what happened there.
Oh. Yeah, that will, I suspect, have been some side-to-side contact sending someone off.
As we see. Oh, there you go. He lost it all on his own. Unfortunately for Anton Temenga, got a spin on and he has spun that car around. And unfortunately for him, that has dropped him down now to 14th as the car was floating around there. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Not able to get going and tried to get going and promptly had another spin and has had to try and recover it.
But that has freed Charlie Morgan up and he is chasing down the aforementioned Zach Silver for 6th position. So that gap at the front we said we were going to keep an eye on. Aiden's now increased the gap from Scotty to 10 seconds and Ben has lost a bit of time to Scotty as well, so now Ben's now 4 seconds down from Scotty. So they're in a little bit of a race of their own. But anything can change. We've got 25 minutes left. We've got Mr. Shanks in the chat asking what has happened so far. We're kind of just over halfway through, so let's give a little bit of a race recap. We had on the 52-minute mark, it started to rain. We had cars coming into pit. Some cars didn't. The cars that didn't struggled on for an extra lap or two. Actually lost time in the pits. So Aiden Carter actually came in a bit earlier. Alfie came in earlier than most, but forgot to fuel. See Charlie then going really, really deep into turn one. So Alfie was leading the race, and then Alfie decided to have a moment where he decided to look at his phone and crashed his car, which meant he had a 3-minute pit stop. Aiden's then taken the lead. Temenga's had issues as well. He was leading the race, now down in 14th. Aiden took the lead and has kind of happily, kind of merrily disappeared off on a Sunday drive. And the biggest mover of the day is Ben Brown, currently with 15 positions made up since the beginning of the race, is currently sitting 3rd. That is your race recap.
Very succinct.
So I'm not going to look at Battle. Baskar has moved his way up into 11th after early issues, and he's racing now Tyler Hammer. Now these two have raced each other plenty enough, whether it be last season in the LMU World Championship or in the 100 series or in this series, so they know how to race each other, and I think Tyler saw better of that. Baskar's very, very quick. Tyler's like, I'm staying out of this one, not my battle. And Baskar moves up into the top 10. Baskar did actually qualify 16th, so getting into the top 10 for Baskar is a great effort.
Absolutely. I mean, Baskar was very quick and he was very alongside then as well. It was like if Tyler wanted the corner, he'd have to try and drive through the McLaren. So I think discretion the better part of Valor there. Absolutely. So Andy Hearn up into P12 behind these two.
Yeah, one position made up for Andy, but he's been steady. Just a steady enduro dad has decided he wanted to be just get the feeling of the car underneath him and just have some steady races, and I think he'd be pretty pleased with this effort, especially considering he was the one that decided that it was going to be weather. Chaos Theory in the chat, commentary instead of racing this time. Yes, mate. My turn to do some commentary and some streaming. I will be back on a Monday next season though, or maybe not. Whether I'll go back to play football is yet to be seen after my said injury. The missus might throw something at me in a minute. No, we're good. So yeah, I am on commentary with the wonderful Ben Meyer. Good to see you. I hope you. We need to talk about Project Motor Racing, and we will do that at some point, Chaos. We haven't spoken for ages, so let's. No footy for yes, all right, Matt Holman. Thank you. Battle going on track. We'll quickly change subject before Matt decides to drive down here and beat the crap out of me. Chris Downing is in a battle with Elvin Blunkfist. And closing that gap ever so slowly and surely. Jarrett Page, yellow flag, or in the wall for Jarrett. And Temenga's had an issue as well, I believe, as he's making his way. That might be a very broken car. Let's have a look. It does look. I don't know. I think he's going to have to pit. I think if he straightens that up, it's not actually straight.
That would explain we're looking at different cars.
Ah.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, he seems like he can carry on. It is a little bit wonky, but he seems like he can carry on. Axon's still having a battle with Dan Tomlinson. This is the closest battle on track as we speak, so we'll watch this for a few laps. Ben, what has been your highlight of the race so far with 20 minutes or so left?
That opening 10-15 minutes with the 4 leaders gallivanting away, just fighting end to end. But there's been battles up and down the field so far tonight. They touch wood, they've settled slightly now, but there's still plenty of 5 minutes to go, and these guys are going to close together, I suspect, as the I think there will be people who haven't taken on enough fuel. We do know that Temenga needs to pit again for to top up their virtual energy. I wonder if there's anyone else who decided to stop to see if the lower weight would help them. Dan Tomlinson, I think, is only on 24% energy.
So yeah, that'll be a stop for Dan Tomlinson as well, I expect. I'm trying to look at Axon's one. I can never tell where it is on the Ferrari.
Axon is top right, 47% they're on at the moment.
He'll have plenty to get to the end, I would think. So Axon in a good position. So yeah, like you said, Dan Tomlinson might be one to look out for, see if he goes into the pits. Freda Dorich just moved up to 21st, getting past Olof Bidet. Got that done fairly efficiently. Axon's still battling with Tomlinson, as we just said. He seems to have just calmed. Is this the calm before the storm?
I think they're pretty much in the storm at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Okay, granted.
I think everyone's just trying to keep their car on track at the moment. Those conditions are very, very tetchy. Everyone's fighting hard with the car. We've seen a lot of work going on the steering wheels when you go on board, where they're trying to keep the car in a straight line as they put the power down. But it's going to be a matter of concentration for these guys. They're going to have to be lightning focused on everything as they try and push through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's keep up with. Let's have a quick check-in with Aidan Carter. Currently sitting first by 8.5 seconds in that Corvette, and hasn't really been in any bother since the pit stop. Just kind of driven his race and just kind of like, I'm happy. Got the wet tyres on. Went a lap earlier than my opponents. I'm comfortable.
Absolutely, and it's a lot of what could have been. There were guys who were up there at the front who've decided to either take trips into the barrier or decided their mobile phone was more important than their refueling. So there's guys. So it's been a twitchy race for a lot of people. But it has definitely settled. There's a big gap back from Aidan to Angela Scotti at the moment, and it's going to be very difficult for Scotti to overcome that in the 18 odd minutes remaining.
Yeah, we did see that gap move up to 10 seconds at one point. It's now dropped down to 8.5, and I think that's more Aidan just fuel saving, controlling, managing that race. that's a great touch. You see the puddle actually rippling with the rain now. Quite like that. That looked quite nice. But yeah, just managing this race, just controlling it, doing it at their pace, fuel saving, making sure they've got plenty in the tank, and yeah, just a solid race from Aiden. And touch wood, all being well, Aiden will carry that on all the way to the end of the race, and come home victorious. The only battle we have really on track is Axon still going with Dan Tomlinson. Frana Doric is keeping up with Jarrett Page, and Jarrett Page in 20th, having a great effort. John Cotty in 19th. Let's have a quick mention of John Cotty. Is it John that you were telling me just gets told to turn up to races by Tim, and he just does as he's told and arrives? And races.
Tim literally sends him a list of races to sign up for.
Fair play, and he raced. He's been racing in the 100 series. He's racing in this series. I think he's in the minis as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So he just—it's what we like. We call them clubmen, don't we? And I think everyone will agree. The likes of Dean Smith, Jarrett Page, John Cotty, and people like Alex Shahabi, Martin Thorpe. That's at the extreme end of the thing. They've been with us from the very beginning, but we're just clubmen. They don't worry about, apart from Shahabi and Thorpe, are very successful. But these guys further down the field don't care about winning, just want to enjoy what they're doing and turn up to each race. And that's exactly what the likes of Cotty and Tim Bob and Dean Smith, and Frank the Tank as well. They just turn up because they enjoy it. We had one many years ago, and you'll remember him, Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Just turned up to loads of races. Yeah. Just everything we put on, just turned up, and just enjoyed himself. And he was 70 plus years old, and it's just great to see. And that's what oNiD's about in our community: is just come and race, have a laugh, basically turn up, get comfortable enough that you can take the piss out of me, and race.
Absolutely. I mean, someone once asked in the Twitch chat if what we were doing was esports, and I turned and said no. What we're doing is pub league, and I think that's the best way to think of it. It's people who just enjoy this. We're not racing for big prizes. We're not racing for multi-million-dollar contracts. You won't see us putting on big YouTube videos complaining about other drivers. We do this for fun.
Yes.
And it is such good fun. That's why we keep doing it.
Absolutely, we do, and we love doing it. And I think, I might be wrong, I think it may have stopped raining. It has. 15 minutes to go. It stopped raining. Andy might kill me after this.
The annoying thing for some of these drivers, those of them who haven't mapped a windscreen wiper button to their wheel or to their button box, it doesn't take away the spray on the screen until unless you manually map one. But it still stops the wipers, so they'll be sat there with a full screen windscreen full of rain dots.
Now, do we think it's going to dry up enough for a change of tyres?
Can't see it doing it. The amount of spray that's still coming off the underside of these cars with 15 minutes left, but you might get a bit of a dry line. But
I'm just thinking, Temenga has got a pit again. How much VE has Temenga got?
He currently has 12% VE.
See, it's going to be a big risk. I was thinking maybe Temenga goes on dries and can make it work, but it probably is you're probably going to get 5 laps out of that, maybe 4.
Yeah, well, he's going to have saved a bit because he's just spun it into the wall.
Yeah, that won't help.
And he's locked a couple more places.
And Tomlinson as well. We didn't think had enough and would have to stop. If that falls nicely for Tomlinson, he might be able to get on dries and actually make some of this race.
Yeah. It would be very interesting. Yeah, Tomlinson's on 12% as well. He's definitely going to have to stop again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The average wetness now down to 40%, so it is drying up. Rain has stopped. And that's dropped from 60% down to 40 in the matter of 2 or 3 minutes. So it's going to get drier. Is it going to get dry enough? Is the big question. but Ben's dropped fairly quite the way back now to Scotty.
Yeah.
Nice 8-second gap for Scotty just to manage their own race. And Aiden's just in a world of their own as well. So Axon is still battling Dan Tomlinson.
They've never stopped. They're just absolutely trying to find a way around each other at the moment. And it's
he's patient.
One spoonful of spray.
He's patient. I'd have got bored and dived him by now.
Just waiting for the opportunity here is Axon. But he doesn't need to. Tomlinson's going to have to pit. He's going to be out of his way in a couple of laps.
Maybe
There's
this
no way you can fuel save to the end. He's got 9.4% VE.
No. But he will. But I'm guessing he's just hoping that he could see it out to dry tyres. I think that's probably the only. But I think it's going to be too wet.
Yeah.
And if you're Dan Tomlinson and Anton Temenga, you're like, man, wish I'd have put a bit more in, or see if they could make it work for an extra lap or two. But just under 12 minutes to go. And I think, actually, this battle is now coming in because Dan Tomlinson has finally caught up with Charlie Morgan. So this battle for 8th is going to become a battle for 7th.
It certainly is. And he's just trying to find a way around him, but Charlie's looking very, very solid with that Aston. Dan runs it a bit wide there. And I've got to say, no matter how much it's saying it's dropped, there doesn't seem to really be a dry line forming at the moment.
No, not yet. And this is just an average, so average across the track, I suppose. So, yeah, certainly not a dry line forming anytime soon. Come on, Axon, have a go. You're on stream.
He's got the run.
I think he has got the run, yeah. I think you're right. He's going to have a look. He seems to pull out of the slipstream and just go backwards.
Yeah, it's like the Ferrari just doesn't seem to have the pace without that little bit of assist from the car in front to keep behind the McLaren. So he needs to get it done under some hard braking.
Whether he hasn't got the confidence in the wet to really slam the brakes on, hit the ABS lockup. I'm guessing not fully confident in these wet conditions, but Charlie, like you said earlier, doing a solid job in that Aston Martin. He's going to have 2 very quick drivers on his tail as well. And Charlie's actually dropped back quite away from Zach Silver because that looked like that battle was going to happen. But yeah, we see Zach Silver managed to pull away and he's now in 6th position. And yeah, this battle Dan's getting quite close to Charlie now. I don't know what the Aston's like in a straight line, but that McLaren is quite nippy. So if he can be close enough coming out of the last corner, and if Axon can get close enough to Tomlinson as well, we could have all sorts happening into turn 1.
The Aston's decent in a straight line, but the initial acceleration phase isn't great. It tends to claw its way up the first couple of gears.
He has got a really good exit out of there, though, from Dan. Dan's under real pressure again from this Ferrari. But the Macca seems to just pull away just enough to not cause Dan any issues. He just does enough down the straight just that Axon actually can't do anything, really. He's just kind of stuck up, half a second back, and he can't get any closer. So... And they're both so good in the corners. He kind of is what it is, isn't it? He just feels like they're just driving around and they're not waiting for one to make a mistake.
Absolutely. I want to say, I suspect Tomlinson is going to be in this lap if he hasn't, unless he's not paying attention to his VE. He's at 3.5%. It's about 3% for a lap, so he's going to come in.
Well, I can tell you,
he wants to go a bit over.
He has requested a pit stop. So has Petr Jelinek, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Petter's only on 3.5%.
And Temenga as well. So, yeah, all 3 of them are coming in this lap.
Temenga's running it a bit fine. He's right at the start of the lap and he's at 2% VE. he's going to have to be very careful, or he's going to get a stop-go for overusing the VE.
We'll keep an eye on that. That'll be really unfortunate if he does. As we can see, is that bug you're on about where if they haven't put the windscreen wipers go off because it's not raining, but actually you've got all this spray?
Yeah, this is exactly. It fades off after a little bit, but if you're right behind someone, it just keeps adding more spray.
As you can see then, yes, this is Dan Tomlinson in the pits. Don't speed, Dan, don't speed. That would mess your day up right royally. No, he's got down nicely. So yeah, Dan is in. I'm guessing Temenga's going to be on his way in shortly as well. Unfortunate for Anton Temenga. He's had some really good battling today, but it's just not made things work for him. And he's down in 17th, and we knew he was going to have to stop again. Does he take a gamble? I probably don't think he does, but you never know.
I wouldn't, but there is a dry line appearing. It's not massive. That was sneaky.
That was Petter Jelinek. What has happened to Petter? His engine's cut out.
I think he's coasting into the pits.
Has he?
Has he completely run down the VE?
Well, his engine's not even on. So that would say to me,
over that crest.
It would say to me that he's actually run out of fuel as well as virtual energy. Where's his box? There's his box. I hope it refills it for him. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, he's up to 23% virtual energy. If he ran it down to 0, it's going to be a stop-go.
It will be a stop-go. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. I don't know if I've actually got penalty bots in here.
Matt and chat, did he do an Aiden Howard? No, he didn't manage to blow the engine.
Axon, after sitting behind Dan Tomlinson for so many laps, is now going to sit behind Charlie Morgan. But the Ferrari looked good against the Aston, and it actually made Charlie go defensive and go deep. And Axon is going to get into the side of him, a little bit of a door bang. Charlie is going to have the inside for the next corner, but I think Axon might have this already done. Braver on the brakes. Yep, there you go. Axon moves his way up into 7th position. After all them laps behind Dan, he just needed him to be freed up, and away he went.
Absolutely. Charlie tried to defend on instinct into that corner, hold the inside, but you can't outbrake on the inside into that one. It just completely upsets you for the line through the horseshoe. And Axon, with the knowledge, knew it there and able to take the better line on the outside.
Indeed he was. Check back in with Petter Jelinek. I think he's back out.
He is, yeah. He hasn't... doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't have any indicators for penalties on mine, so...
No, I haven't seen that he's got a penalty.
No.
But are you in spectator mode, Ben?
Yes.
You can hit the standings button, I think, and it might give you penalty indications.
Nothing on there.
Well, hopefully it's good. Charlie Morgan has had an issue. I don't know if it's an issue on his own, and let's go and have a look, see if I can pick it up. Thinking about it. Here's Charlie Morgan battling with Axon, as we saw, and then I don't know if Charlie's lost this all on his own. I think he might have done. As he comes round. Oh no, he had to avoid Baskar, was that?
I think it might have been, and Mr. Baskar is now right on his tail, trying to make the pass on the Aston.
Yeah, he is indeed. So Baskar, so Charlie was avoiding another Macca. I don't think it was Baskar, but Baskar took a full advantage of it and is now battling his way up. Considering he started in 16th, Baskar has made his way up nicely into 9th. And yes, fella, you are right. Aiden Carter has controlled this race really nicely with 3 minutes to go, probably 2 laps. Doing a really good job, and you can see a little bit, can't you, of that dry line forming.
Yeah,
Uh,
not enough there to warrant slicks, but
well, you can see Aiden's going slightly offline there to try and keep the tyres cool, not to overheat them, because it'd be really easy to spin with overheated tyres. They're very sensitive. But yeah, great job from Aiden. Done a really, really good job. Just controlled it since the pit stop. Really, just knew when they were coming in, knew what they were going to do, and just stuck to it and watched people disappear. Alfie crashing, Tamenga having issues, and Downing having issues as well, being caught in battles. It just means that Aiden's just scampered.
absolutely. And in the Corvette as well. That's not an easy car to pick up and play with. It's very, very twitchy. And you can see how hard Aiden has had to work with it. Even if you jump on board now, he's having to go to soar back and forth with that steering wheel to manage the car, trying to put the power down.
Well, this track has definitely got a dry line. You can see the lack of spray now, and I wonder if that's going to come into anybody's wheelhouse. Because, of course, would you have set the car up for a wet session? Obviously, you could see the forecast. You could see there was rain coming. Do you stick a dry setup on and just whack some wets on it, or do you take a gamble and start on a wet setup and hope the rain comes early? And I can guarantee that's what Ben Brown did. He
Yeah,
would have just stuck a wet setup on, prayed it came earlier than it did. It did, and it just worked for him. So them people now that are on dry setups on wet tyres might see the benefit. Really, they might get a bit quicker, and Bascar will be looking to take advantage as well of Charlie Morgan here. Ben's just typed dry setup. Fair enough. Stop. You drive your car, you. Don't worry about me correcting me.
so people looking at their phones and people typing while they're driving down the straight.
If you do an Alfie and crash, I'm going to laugh. And I'm going to put it on repeat forever. But yeah, cracking effort. Atul Bhaskar really pushing on Charlie Morgan. And I've had some great battles with Bhaskar in the last few weeks. Really knows how to. And it's nice to see him. He got the fuel right tonight, I think. He had a problem last night where he didn't get the fuel right. And far too often you see it sometimes he just doesn't quite calculate the fuel right and struggles. But Charlie's having to go defensive and compromise the entrance of the corner. We have got a yellow flag out. Matthias Fusgen. He's had a bit of an issue in that Ferrari. Down in 14th, qualified 14th, and will finish 14th, I think, for Matthias Fusgen. So solid effort all day for him. Andy Hearn moved up to 11th, started 13th. Has just gradually gone forward, hasn't he? Just sorted his setup out, sorted his pit stops out, driven the car. He's comfortable driving and just, plodded along. Good effort from Andy.
Yeah, Aiden Carter has taken the checkered flag.
Oh, yeah.
Timed it to perfection. Came out the last turn with 5 seconds to go.
Oh, nice one. So Aiden Carter is your winner. Congratulations, Aiden. Great effort. Scotty then will finish second. Ben Brown in third with a flash of the lights. Great effort. Good podium for Ben Brown. Really, really solid effort. Well done him. Elvin Blomqvist then, he's going to cross the line in fourth. Solid effort in that Aston Martin from Elvin. We expect he'll be in the top half of this championship. That's where he should be. Chris Downing on his way to a really good fifth, and really close behind him, Zach Silver. What a great effort from Zach. Made 11 positions up to finish 6th position and has done really well, and actually was keeping up with and catching Chris Downing there. And we see Axon then gets 7th. Charlie Morgan will come across the line in 8th. Adol Bhaskar in 9th. Tyler Hammer is going to, in a battle, it's still with Andy Hearn, and I think that's a lap car between them, but this is not quite done yet. Tyler Hammer will come across the line in 10th position with Andy in 11th, so solid effort from those guys.
2 tenths between them on the line, so great piece of battling there.
Yeah, fantastic. See Alfie having a spin in the background, I think that was. Or someone celebrating. Toby Eddy hasn't done much of a mention today, but a solid effort from them in 25th. Dan Tomlinson did make his way back up to 15th and nearly caught Matthias Fusgen at the end. Matthias Fusgen finished 14th. So really solid effort. Ben, what a great race. A bit of weather made it all a little bit spicy.
Absolutely, and these guys having to fight the track and each other, it's made for a really interesting race for them, and we're looking forward to see what they can do moving forward. I'm sure there's going to be more weather at some point for them, so we'll see how they manage it. But it has been great racing from all concerned.
Yeah, really good. So there you go. The standings in Aidan Carter winning from Angela Scotti, Ben Brown, Elvin Blomqvist, Chris Downing, Zach Silver, Alan Axon, Charlie Morgan, Atul Bhaskar, Tyler Hammer is your top 10. Then Andy Hearn, Adrian Malvoni, Tom Tozen in 13th, great effort from Tom, Matthias Fusgen 14th, Dan Tomlinson, Tim Bob, Freyna Dorich, Petty Jelinek, John Cotty with 19th, Olaf Bidet in 20th. And then we had Anton Temenga with all these issues down in 21st, disappointing for him. Frank Vevic, solid race as always. Jarrett Page, 23rd. Alfie Bevan recovered to get to 24th. Toby Eddy, 25th. 26 for Dean Smith. Dave Wood carried on after all his issues, 4 laps down, and finished his 27th. Unfortunately, 2 DNFs, Daniel Benz and Matt Townsend. Well, that was
What a
good fun.
race!
It was really good fun. I really enjoyed that, and I hope all you guys did too. Next week we will be back, Ben, won't we? Do you remember where?
We will. I'm looking at the moment.
Yeah, you knew that question was coming, didn't you?
Yeah, not quick enough. I didn't. Let's have a look.
We are at Monza Curva Grande next week.
Oh, great track. Makes for a really good battling track down without the first chicane at Monza. It's going to be a good evening's racing, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 plus cars, like you said, absolutely rattling down into what is the second chicane normally. Will cause some instant panel headaches, I'm sure. But it's going to be a nice, cool 16 degrees, and it's going to be sunny at Monza next week. So we hope you will join us again. We've had a great race tonight. Fantastic effort from all our drivers. Great win for Aidan Carter, and congratulations. And Ben, I think it's time we signed off, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys, and we will see you again next week. Cheers. Bye bye.